and let us all do we can to build a better future.
It's like they don't care anymore. Our leaders. I remember as a kid growing up, maybe it's because of the propaganda taught to us at school, the stuff presented to us on TV, but I always had this audacity to hope that people were better. Our leaders were better. I know. I learned firsthand by hitting the wall that no, turns out no one really gives a damn. No one's not paying attention to the fact that we have these weapons of mass destruction, these nuclear missiles pointed at each other. And as we enter the world of stupidity and madness, it turns out, hey, rehearsal for Armageddon underway as NATO and Russia hold nuclear exercises. Hey, let me test fate. What could possibly go wrong, folks? I can't think of something that could go wrong. I mean, you're doing these exercises. I mean, obviously there's an ongoing conflict that's happening in Ukraine. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? It's not like something could be overheard, like, hey, there's a plane flying over our airspace, or, hey, there's some weird movements happening at our borders. I mean, come on. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? As NATO on Monday began its annual rehearsal for nuclear war in Europe, hey, what could go wrong? And Russia prepared to conduct its own nuclear drill amid Cold War era like tensions inflamed by the invasion of Ukraine, peace advocates underscored the imperative for de-escalation in order to avert catastrophe. It's not going to happen, folks. Not going to happen. NATO said the exercise Operation Steadfast Noon involves up to 60 warplanes from 14 members of the alliance and being carried out from Kielenbrogel Air Base in northeastern Belgium. Now I got a taste for some Belgian waffles. The U.S. military stockpiles dozens of B-61-12 tactical nuclear warheads at Kielenbrogel, each up to 30 times more powerful as the atomic bomb that the United States dropped on Hiroshima, Japan in 1945, killing over 100,000 people. Listen, folks, I was there at that Peace Museum in Hiroshima. You're not going to walk out that building the same. Those images stay with me. Some of our patron members, if you were, if you're a patron supporter, if you go way back to January, I believe in 2020, you'll see I think it's a 30-minute video, but I actually filmed, I give no commentary, but I did a 30-minute video filming the inside of that museum, some of the artifacts from that disaster. The images stay with you. And the fact that we have weapons of mass destruction 30 times more powerful as the one that was dropped over Hiroshima, it really says a lot. And I dare you to go into that museum and still be happy-go-lucky, to smile, because you won't. It'll stay with you. One particular exhibit was the glass ink bottles, right? Like if you're like, there was these glass bottles filled with ink, and when the bomb dropped, all these glass bottles fused together, so they look like this twisted version of a honeycomb. And the writing under it was, especially in the person who found it, they said, how hot did it have to be for all these glass jars to fuse together? And then the images of the people who were affected by the bomb. Give peace a chance, but oh no, I guess you can't give peace a chance, because according to the Vote Blue No Matter Who crowd, the TYTs who told us to vote for Biden and Harris, AOC who said that Biden's exceeding expectations, Bernie Sanders said that Biden is his good friend, and by the way, hey, Republican politicians are just as guilty too, okay? All these politicians are guilty because right now we're being led into a devastating conflict that if it does escalate ever, even when, if it escalates further and further, if 1 minute gets out of control, that's the end of human civilization. We're not going to rebuild. It'll be impossible to recover from. There will be no wartime rebuilding. There won't be any kind of peacetime achievement. Once that first bomb is dropped, all of them are going to be dropped. And we are not rebuilding human society. The survivors will envy the dead. At least according to the Vote Blue No Matter Who crowd, the TYTs, the coveted pundits who tell you to vote Democrat, who have the blue check marks. If you advocate for peace, well, then all of a sudden you're some sort of Putin puppet. You're a bad guy. You're a right-winger. You're insane. Insane to advocate for peace. I don't know. Seems pretty nice. And by the way, I do want to acknowledge this super chat we got. That was pretty apropos for what we're talking about. Steve Wolfbrandt gave us $99 on super chat. Thank you so much. Kit, I watched Threads. Now I can't get it out of my head. It's a spooky, scary month of October. You want to see a horror movie, folks? You want to see how bad it can get? Watch the film Threads. Threads. Watch the film Threads. And tell me that we're going to recover. Because if there's any film that got on point what's going to happen after a nuclear exchange, it's not going to be like Mad Max, where it's going to be a fun adventure story. No. It's going to be that. And I dare you to say that that film wasn't scary. I challenge you to say that the film wasn't terrible or didn't have a lesson. Watch the film Threads. You want to see how bad it can get? Threads. That film will stay with you. Steve Wolfbrandt, thank you for bringing that back. But hey, I want to share a video with all of you because it's important for us to advocate for peace. All of you should be angry. All of you should be furious because we have these politicians who don't care. I want to give a shout out to Joe. His Twitter handle is shut the F up, shitlib2. Check out his work. He's done great, collage videos. So here, it's time for you to get angry. Shout out again to Jimmy Dore, who's been speaking truth to power.
My policies are so mainstream that, if I had said the same policies that I have back in the 1980s, I'd be considered a moderate Republican. I mean,
I'm not going to lie. As soon as that alarm went off, I forgot that that alarm happened. I thought that was an actual thing happening. Apologies, folks.
I'm the right winger. You guys are the fucking right wing. Fuck you. You guys are the fucking right wing. For selling me every fucking war, they're the fucking problem.
I will definitely vote for Biden. And anyone who doesn't, I think, is mental.
There's no fucking point to vote for Democrats.
I think that for me personally, I'm going to end up voting for Biden.
And you're not a lefty if you support this shit. You call yourself what you are. You vote right wing. If you're voting Democrat, you're voting pro-war.
You're bad. You're a terrible person. Am I clear enough? Let's go fight. Let's go fight for Ukraine. Let's go fight for each other against these goddamn zealots.
I'm the right winger. You guys are the fucking right wing. Fuck you.
Joe Biden wins. You guys ready for it?
Does anyone believe this shit anymore?
Down goes Donald Trump. Down goes Donald Trump. Okay, you're fired. Uncle Sam gets rid of Donald Trump. This is in shoptyt.com. Shoptyt.com.
This is the same jackass who, during the George Floyd protests, I forget which tweet it was, and I wish I screenshot it. I wish I bookmarked it. But he had the audacity to put a link. Hey, buy TYT coffee. I know. If anyone has that tweet bookmarked or screenshot, please send it to me. Because he's one of those people that likes to profit off of everything. And he actually did that for his damn coffee, TYT coffee. Hey, George Floyd protests. Buy some coffee. Oh, God.
Down goes Trump. Is it a great news for the country and for the world? Yes, definitely.
And as George Carlin reminds us, the word bipartisan usually means some larger than usual deception is being carried out. So they're not, the Republican and Democrats are only divided on pretend issues. They're not divided on important issues like $40 billion to Ukraine or screwing the American workers. The Democrats are now the party that kneecaps unions. That's what they did with NAFTA and the TPP. They're now the party that guts welfare. That's what Bill Clinton did. They're now the party that explodes the prison population. That's what the Clintons did. They're now the party that repeals the New Deal. That's what they did when they repealed the banking legislation in Glass-Steagall. They're now the party that cuts Social Security and Medicare. That was the grand bargain. That's what Barack Obama wanted to do. Cut Social Security and Medicare. These guys are fucking Republicans, and you can't understand why we won't fucking vote for them, and you say we're purists? You guys are fucking sold out morons, and you're also wiped out. But still wag your finger at progressives. I'm the right winger. You guys are the fucking right wing. Fuck you. The Democrats and Republicans agree on all this stuff.
I do think that there are progressives, I don't know if it's progressive policy, but progressives in places like California who have made terrible decisions.
You gaslighting, bullshitting actress.
And so one of those terrible decisions is essentially doing away with anti-camping laws, right? Allowing people to camp out wherever they want, whenever they want.
By the way, folks, again, you know, it should be noted that TYT was awfully quiet when Katzenberg, isn't that the same guy that gave them $20 million? When Katzenberg went to speak to city council members of Los Angeles, as well as aides to the mayor of Los Angeles, about doing something about the homelessness problem in that city. Now, I don't know what Katzenberg said or offered to these politicians. About a few days later, a lot of those encampments just disappeared. Now, the thing is, look, there's an ongoing housing crisis here in America, and the thing is, we can give housing to people. But I want to know that I want to let everyone know that one of the leading causes of homelessness in America is medical bankruptcy. Medical bankruptcy. Richest country in the world, and we can't provide Medicare for our people. Again, medical bankruptcy. It's not like people woke up one day and decided to be lazy. That's not the case at all. We're a country. Jimmy Dore's right. We are a country of children who've been raised by alcoholics, abusive alcoholic parents.
That's not lefty shit. Fucking union busting, fucking wanting to criminalize homelessness. That's who they are.
Progressive lawmakers are like, we should allow them to camp out. And you know what happens? Crime happens. Open air drug markets happen. If they might be ignorant on some policy ideas, but I have friends. And it's the truth. These are the facts of the matter. In fact, it was addressed in this Daily Beast article. And honestly, it was cathartic to read it because everyone denies that this is happening.
I'm the right winger. You guys are the fucking right wing. Fuck you. Does anyone believe this shit anymore?
The hoes will learn now. The hoes be knowing, okay? The hoes be knowing. So enjoy that. The hoes be knowing.
Mm-hmm. Bernie Sanders and the squad should read this before approving their next $40 billion. If you can vote for those people after they did this, you're not a lefty. You're just a dumb fucking willing sheep who's propping up a pro-war party. I'm coming for them, and I'm never stopping. And Bernie Sanders and the squad are there to keep you voting for that fucking party while they do absolutely nothing to help you except tweet. And there's no fucking point to vote for Democrats. I don't criticize Democrats because I favor Republicans. I criticize Democrats because they favor Republicans. And that's why they don't want to run against a centrist Republican, because they fucking are that. They are Republicans. And now you know why you got to stop voting and donating to Democrats and Republicans, because neither of them are going to help you. So congratulations. Keep voting Democrat, you fucking idiots.
Hard to argue with Jimmy with that one. And again, don't vote Democrat, don't vote Republican. These politicians don't like you. They don't think about you. They don't respect you. So here's the thing. Yes, that was a fun video to watch. It was fun to listen to. But I just want to remind all of you again that if there is an exchange, humanity is not going to recover. We're never going to recover. So, Steve Wolfbrandt, again, thank you for the $99 YouTube super chat that you gave us. And I just want to pull this up here. Again, this is the film that came out. 1984, Threads. That's what's going to happen to us if it happens. Okay, there's no recovery. Whatever was once great about our current civilization, humanity will never recover from. We will be a shadow, a husk of what we once were. And I challenge my audience. How many people I got watching now? How many people we got watching now? We got 148 people watching us live right now. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the support. Oh, we got 146. All right, we got 146 people watching right now live. All 146 of you, when you make the time, if you have the time, find and rent this movie called Threads. It'll be a perfect horror movie for October. And that's going to be the fate of humanity if we do this. And we got these jagoffs in NATO doing their nuclear exercises. Russia's doing the same thing too. And if something stupid happens, there will be no recovery. So yeah, that's what we have in store for us. That's what we have in store. Extra Bullet says you could watch it free on YouTube. Okay. I mean, if someone's got it up there, go ahead, check it out. Check out the film Threads. There's no recovery. There's no great rebuilding. It's never going to come back. And the survivors will envy the dead.